Georgia Speedway. We were actually kind of contemplating North Georgia or Mountain View on the way over here because the weather didn't look so good here in North Georgia, but it looks like it's dissipating and it's going to be okay. So we asked Brandon Boyd, the guy that does our wrap, this one of our best friends, asked him what he thought. He said, come on, it'll be fine. So we told him if it rained out that he had to pay our pit passes and our gas over here. All jokes, but we're here in North Georgia. They're getting everything opened up now, and we'll get the car unloaded in just a few minutes. I know you guys have never been over to North Georgia with us. We came over here in 2013, so it's been many, many, many years since we've been here. So we'll go show you the track in just a few. All right, let's get her unloaded. Come here. How are you?
Good, how y'all doing?
Good. Alright guys, this is North Georgia Speedway. Sprinkling just a little bit. It's okay, it looks like it needs some water, so that ain't gonna be a bad thing. changing tires. Transmission jumped out of gear again. This is a different transmission, so I don't know why it's jumped out of gear, but it is. The car seemed to be decent. Just got to figure out why this transmission is jumping out of gear. Did it just do it at the end?
What?
Did it do it at the end?
That last time I went in on 3 and 4. Yeah. I thought I broke a drive shaft.
Change the tires. That's what you're gonna do anyways, top, isn't it?
No.
Good old black truck. All right, so we got home last night and Maggie locked the doors, so we're having to break in Brad's truck. Stretch it out straight. Who needs a locksmith when you have a Brad?
Especially when it's $300.
Yeah. It's gonna be the difficult part, pushing the button.
Well, I should have stopped and got some brake.
Off to the junkyard we go. Ooh, fishing pole. Cut them eyes off. It's flexible. It's even more flexible than that, I think.
Try to do this. Let's try that. Oh, I know what I can use.
What?
I know what's something there.
I would do it.
Perfect.
I would do it.
Well, we're gonna put the tape on.
Why? So don't scratch stuff up.
That's rubber going around. I can't see the button.
Just press anything.
I can't see what I'm even at.
Update, we had to manually do it. I was trying to find the keys. Alright, so now, after going on a wild goose chase because we couldn't find his keys, we finally found the keys in the truck somewhere. It's tucked away. We looked in the truck, we went home, we looked in his pants from yesterday, we looked in the bag with the cameras, we looked in the bag, my purse, everywhere, couldn't find them. Came back down here, found them. So, we got the truck unlocked, found the keys. That's been about an hour. Finally got that done. So let's get unloading the race car. All this footage of the locksmithing is on my phone, so if the quality is a little bit different than normal, that's why. Now I'm gonna pick up the GoPro and we're gonna do some footage of getting this thing unloaded. Like I said, we normally unload when we get home, but last night we were freaking exhausted. So we did not, we just left it in the trailer, so we're gonna go ahead and get it unloaded. All right, tear the trailer door down. We got the pit lift and everything undone. He's got, or out. Now he's getting the ratchet straps off. All right, so he's getting the car unloaded and I'm gonna get the cooler unpacked over here. Meanwhile, the cat's meowing, so if you hear her in the background, she never shuts up. Cat free to a good home or a questionable home. She wasn't even wanted, she just showed up here, so then had babies, so now we've got 4 cats, so yeah. But anyway, he's getting car unloaded. You can see that there. We're gonna work on getting this cooler unpacked. All right, I'm gonna turn it on time lapse so you guys can see the process of unloading this. Alright guys, so you've seen the process of us getting this thing unloaded and back in the shop. Our little tripod here is starting to wear out. It kind of slowly started falling down. But anyway, so that's where we're at. We're fixing to get the tires off of it and get it on the wash dolly. We're not going to do any washing today. We normally wash on Sundays, but we're just going to take the day today and spend a family day. We're not racing this weekend, so it's not really a rush. We'll wash it tomorrow and then we'll be ready to work on it some next week and the week after. We'll just kind of, we won't have to thrash so hard, but we'll go ahead and let Brad do a recap.
All right, so just a quick recap from last night. We didn't specify in the videos that what was going on really all night. We went out, the track was really slimy. So the track done a great job of giving us 2 hot lap sessions. They gave everybody a hot lap session, all the wide tire cars, to get the track blowed off and to get the slime kind of cleaned up, so to say. And then we just went into the infield, and you saw it in the video there. We parked in the infield. Everybody else went back out, done their hot lap qualifying, and after they done their hot lap qualifying, we got a second hot lap session. So that's what the deal with all that was. Like I said, we didn't specify that in the video. I tried to put it in the title. That way you guys knew what was going on, but that's what that was. And then we went out for qualifying. And when we came back in from qualifying, I told those guys, I said, I was like, I mean, I felt like we got all we could out of that motor there. Booger Brooks, I mean, he's a master of that place. He's great over there. He's very hard to beat. I mean, anywhere he goes, he's very hard to beat. But, you know, I think horsepower and motor-wise was what hurt us there. I mean, it was, we didn't have 6/10 in our car. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like we could have done anything no different. It rained pretty good over there, and then it kind of sprinkled and kept misting the whole time we was over there getting unloaded, and just kept adding moisture to the track. So everybody we talked to said that kind of hurt us there, said normally it would have blowed off and got slick, but it just didn't do that. That was the cards that was gave to us, and for us to have ran the way we did and where we was at, I was very happy with that. Felt like the car is still going in the correct direction. I feel like we're getting back to where we was with it, and it just took a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of fine tuning to get us there, but I feel like we're on the right track. Really excited to get to Smoky Mountain in 2 weeks with the Topless Series. Everything ran good with the motor. The cooling, it only ran 220 last night, so that's great with the cooling. And in the feature last night, we was pouring the wood to it, so you know, we wasn't babying it in the feature or nothing like that. Felt like in the feature, the top side was definitely where you needed to be as far as speed wise, but like when we got up to lap cars and all, if I went down in the slick stuff, I still had traction, and that's where I've been struggling all year. It seems like is when the tracks slick off and slow down, I can't get traction coming off. I struggle to get in, but then once I get in and get turned, I don't have any traction coming off. So I felt like we made a ton of gains there. You know, it's just been, like I said, little small things that we've changed all year, and I feel like we're pretty close now. So I'm really excited for these next couple of races coming up, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going and continue to improve and maybe knock out a win before this season's over with. I think Dallas said the other day. Did you tell YouTube the other day?
I'm not sure.
We have won at least one feature every year since 2017. So we're looking to try to knock that win out before the end of the year, but you know, if we're not going to say that. We're just going to say we're going to try our best and give it all we got. And I mean, everything we've got left is big races, so it's going to be a big night if we do knock that win out, you know, and we're going to be ecstatic no matter what. So like I said, very happy with the car. In the feature last night, we got a little bit conservative with lap cars. Wasn't really sure. When Booger went around them, they decided to go up, and then they came down, and I just got a little conservative, and that was just me trying to be smart, knowing that we had some bigger races coming up. I didn't want to take a chance of tearing nothing up or having to get the car back in the left field or whatever. So We had a great night, you know, didn't make any contact with anybody, but, you know, by doing that, we slipped up and let the third place car get around us. You know, just part of it. We still finished pretty decent in the money. I want to say thanks to North Georgia. That payout was very surprising. Great payout. We got out of there, I felt like, at a pretty decent time to have 2 hot lap sessions for everybody. And, you know, just thankful we had the place to go last night, and we're gonna get in here, get this thing on the dolly, get it cleaned up for Smoky Mountain in 2 weeks and be ready to go. Hopefully get a couple of new tires before we head up there, and hopefully we can be on top of our game when we go up there. Looking forward to get up there and trying that new configuration out. I want to say thanks to everyone who helps us out: Warp Speed Performance Parts, KT Heat and Air, Fatdaddys crew out of Lafayette, Hammers Grading, Vinson Race Engine, Allsouth Signs and Graphics by BB Designs, J&J Restoration, Gorsuch Performance Capital Race Cars, Penske Shocks, Brinn Transmission, Stop Tech Brakes, every one of you guys here on YouTube. Thanks to every one of our fans up at North Georgia, you guys that came out and bought merch from us and talked to us. That means a lot. We was blown away by the amount of support we had in the North Georgia area. So
that's what I wanted to kind of chime in on. But right here, I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but oh, hold on.
Yes, they can see you, babe.
Can you see me? Okay, but yeah, we were completely blown away. We had people coming up to us left and right, people coming up to Brad, people standing around waiting to talk to Brad, and sometimes it's really hard for him to cut away when he's doing something to go talk to people, so I don't want anybody to ever think that he's ignoring anybody, but sometimes y'all know how racing is, and it's demanding, so we appreciate everybody that came out and talked to us.
Oh, one thing, Dallas talked about it in the video last night before qualifying. Transmission did jump out of gear in that second hot lap session. We think we may have an issue found, and it's not anything to do. When we put this new transmission in, it came with new standard Brinn ears for the shifter linkages. The old transmission we had some aftermarket type ones that kind of curved back, and it made the shifter linkages didn't need to be as long. Well, now I think what happened last night, the track was a little choppy there in hot laps, and I actually got up on 2 wheels and came back down, and that's when it kind of popped out of gear. So I'm kind of thinking it had something to do with that, but I'm also thinking that it may have something to do with the shifter linkages being too short, and the shifter is actually not going back far enough, I think. We're going to get a new shifter linkage there ordered for that to make it longer. We ran the threads out as far as we could on the Heims, and just as far as we felt comfortable going. So I don't think we had a transmission issue. I think it's more of a part issue on the car as of last night. We did hook a bungee cord in there, and I just hooked the bungee cord to the shifter during the feature last night, and I didn't have any more problems out of it. So I'm thinking it's got more to do with the shifter, because this transmission, the shifter linkages are a little bit different than our original transmission that is still lost in UPS. So if anybody's in
M-A-U-M-E-E.
So if anybody works at Maumee, Ohio UPS location, if you guys happen to see a Brinn, a big old white box about that long, weighs about 60 pounds, it says Brinn Transmission all over it, we would be greatly appreciated if you guys could help us out, because the customer service at UPS has been terrible. Dallas has been emailing, and they keep telling us to call, and we can't get nobody on the phone. All we get's operators. So transmission's still lost. Like I said, if you happen to know anybody that works in that terminal or location, maybe word of mouth, you guys can reference to them and see if they've ever seen a box with Brinn Transmission laying back there in the corner of the warehouse or their terminal or something like that. Or
if they see anybody walk out with it.
Because obviously their security cameras and their customer service can't get it done. So, like I said, that's the way it goes sometimes. But appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know what you think. We'll catch you guys this week in the shop.